know, it's a video game. But you look at the kids now that are like younger than us, they live on their phone 24/7. Everything is transitioning into crypto. So like for me and you, if I like show you my Swiss Spectral Tiger, I'm excited to show you it because I'm happy I have it, and you probably don't have one, and I get to like feel good that I'm riding around on that mount, right? And you get to, you know, whatever, want one. A lot of people would want one, right? It's like a desirable item. So that's happening more and more with virtual things. And NFTs are literally the exact same thing as that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Can I be honest with you? I generally think that this is just my own perspective. You don't understand the value of the technology, and I'm actually excited because I think NFTs is a good it's a cool thing, right? That you can definitely tell it's authentic and you'll keep it, and there's that amount and it's yours, right? Yeah. I generally think, even though the whole thing as a whole, the whole ship is going to sail, right? I think some of it is a big ass bubble that's going to burst. I don't think that many people are gonna be like, oh man, I bought this new house and I want to put artwork in, and I'm putting this TV and it has my NFT on it. I don't see that. It's just I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I think that's cool. Like, I disagree with you there. I think that like the fact that you can like buy different items for inside of like a virtual house, and then you can like bring people like through tours of them.
I meant your real house, not like your Sims City or your Sims whatever.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Okay, so, well, with what I just said though, I feel like that's another reason like NFTs are cool. I mean, just the fact that you can do that, the fact that that's a thing, like that has value. And like, I agree with you, bro. Everything is in a major bubble right now. The same thing can be said about almost anything from a financial aspect in the world. Like almost every single stock is overvalued like an unbelievable amount. Does that mean that investing in the stock market is stupid and bad? I mean, no. Like, you know, historically speaking, there's nothing better than investing. Like, it's just the way that it is. But with that being said, NFTs are new. I think that it's a high risk, high reward investment. I think that if you do your research and you invest in like proper projects, it's something that can make you a lot of money in the future. But no one knows for sure what's going to happen.
Okay, I understand. I understand it.
Value.
I understand it. Of course, there's value. There's always going to be value with anything. Which, I mean.
Yeah, but you talk so much shit about it without bringing up any of the value. You'll flame instantly about the green-eyed monkey, but you won't like talk about in this crypto as a whole.
Wait. What would you say though? The value is literally made up. I thought you had value, actual things you could apply to the real world, like some actual things, but what you're telling me about is just this what's that about this? Oh, if someone wants to buy it, he can. It's worth that much to him. Type of thing. That's completely different. I thought you had like it's like a real life application. There's like yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's still like made of value. It's just gonna. I'm sorry, bring up.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what you're saying right now, but...
No, me neither. What are you condensing?
I'm saying that there are real-world cases. Like, for example, like Soulja Boy, you know, he's on Twitch all the time, like, or he used to be at least. Imagine he made an NFT that was like, okay, the highest bidder will be able to have me featured on one of their songs, right? Like, don't you think that's kind of cool? The fact that, like, a musician is able to make all of the money from them being featured on someone's song without having to go through like a record label and everything like that, and give like the manager and their producer and all that thing a huge cut of it. It's all strictly for them now. Like, that's awesome, bro. Like that's.
Wait, do you really need an NFT for that particular use?
Well, I'm not sure, but the same thing happens with like selling music. Anytime like a musician wants to sell their music, it has to go through like a, you know, whatever record label that they're signed through.
Okay, I understand it. I guess some of it will come down to it's just like a human thing. Like what do people do? People now like to have art in their house. Sometimes replicas, sometimes not replicas, right? Like
yeah.
Do you actually see yourself in the future having a flat screen TV, a 90-inch on your wall, and being like, look, that is the purple-headed monkey I bought 8 years ago. Look at it. Like, oh, okay. Send me the certificate of verification from purplemonkey.com. Okay. Pull out my phone. Oh wow, it's authentic. That's dang it. It's no. I don't. I just don't see people doing that. It just sounds so crazy. Yeah, I get it, but it's investment. People buy, I get it. But then
The same thing can be said about real artwork, bro. Like, look at the Mona Lisa or whatever the hell. Like, I don't care about that.
But that's how people consume it now. You're not selling on a product of how it's going to be consumed later on. You're not selling on a dream. It's something that they can. It's now though.
Okay, and the you're not able to look at the monkey now, like.
Yeah,
you're able to look at it now.
Okay, but I could look at it from a screenshot.
Yeah. What do you mean?
No, what do you mean? I can see the monkey whether I own it or I don't own it. That's the whole point.
Okay, and you can see the Mona Lisa whether you own it or not too. You can just go to Google Images. But for some reason, someone will pay like hundreds of millions of dollars.
Because I'm just saying, that's how people do things right now. I get it. You're saying on a dream about how will people consume art in the future. That's a dream. That's a hypothetical. That's an invest, and you're overselling that. How do people consume art right now? I'm gonna put a frame in my frame in my living room. Oh wow, it's so cool, right? That's how people do things, right? But
yes, and the world is becoming more virtual. That's why I brought that up earlier, bro. Like the younger kids nowadays, they don't care as much about having the piece of artwork on their wall in their house. They care more about what they have on their phone.
They buy a replica, and then you think that somebody's gonna buy. They will absolutely want to have the real digital. No fucking shot, dude. People already buy real replicas, and you think something that is even more pristine because it's digital, it can be a one-to-one perfect that they're gonna buy. They're gonna buy or invest into pristines, just because.
Yeah, I think so. The same reason that someone would buy the authentic Mona Lisa or LeBron James basketball card.
I think that's a bubble, and I think it's disingenuous to say that it's not overselling people on a dream or on so many things that could happen, all lined up one behind the other.
Like I said, I don't disagree with you about it being a bubble. I think that I see more of like the value long term because I feel like it's gonna revolutionize the way that music is being sold. I think that being able to remove the record label completely from the picture.
Let's leave it a stack. Music isn't being sold. Nobody buys music.
Okay, well, I mean, look at GroovyBot, for example. There's a reason that got shut down because YouTubers, right? Like, I don't know, a YouTuber that has a YouTube channel where they're like posting their music. A lot of times there's like a manager and a record label and all that shit. Like, do you know who Oliver Tree is? Like, he had this huge thing with his record label where like they were limiting what he could do with his music and all this shit, and he was like super mad about it. He was talking about it on an interview with like H3 or something. I don't remember. I can't remember where he was having the interview, but he was complaining about how his record label had like a stranglehold on.
Well, a lot of these examples are from big people, rich people, influential people that have a lot of followers. None of these apply to your average Joe. None of them do. I haven't heard one.
I mean, I'm an average Joe who was able to make a lot of money.
Because you said what you said in your donos that you would be coming because of real life applications and how people would use it. Soulja Boy isn't people. This guy isn't people. The Mona Lisa isn't people. These are legends. These are the top dog, the 1%. How does that help the Joe Blow, the average consumer, the guy who buys a replica of artwork and puts it in his living room? How does that help them?
It helps them because if they're intelligent, like I said before, and they do their research, they're able to take advantage of it in a you know, like a investment point of view.
Investment
and people purchase art
the technology will last,
as well.
that things won't change, that people will that it'll remain a good and valuable. The idea that people will consume art differently and will collect them differently. All these hypotheticals, all in one behind the other, like back to back to back to back. Like I said, it's disingenuous for me to legitimately try to sell that on to average person that can't promote things or can't pump and dump things, just them to own it or buy it or consume it. It just doesn't make sense. It to me it feels like I'm ripping them off, or they're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know. Like, there's so much more than just like the really wealthy people. Like when you're talking about how I was only bringing up like Soulja Boy and you know, like the really wealthy people. Just the fact that like the user, like just the random person that wants to buy the artwork or the song or whatever from the musician or the artist, is able to do that, that also benefits them. Like, they don't have to be making money from it in order for it to be an investment. You don't have to invest thousands of dollars into an NFT project to be part of the experience. Like, for example, my girlfriend makes art, right? It's not like super successful or anything like that, but she makes art on like Canvas and like it looks really nice, and she tries to sell it, and like, you know, she might sell a couple of them here and there and like Etsy and whatnot, but it's not that, you know, it's not like she's making a huge amount of money from it or anything like that.
Okay.
But as NFTs evolve in the future, there will be an NFT place and like an NFT area where people will be able to sell artwork through that, and she would be able to, for example, sell artwork on there. And like, she doesn't have to be making millions and millions of dollars to be able to participate in it still. Or just the people buying it too. Like, let's say Oliver Tree makes a new song and he,
like I said, I think it comes down to how do people consume art. How I think it's a big hypothetical to say that this will remain or will be like a trend for a while. Like that's how I consume art. That's how, like, what happens when you have a big collection of, you pull up your iPads and look at all what I have, and you show your like certificates of authenticity. Like
I mean, what do you do when you have trading cards? You wait for your friend to come over and you open up your binder and you show them all your trading cards. What happens when I meet a new friend and I play World of Warcraft with them, right? I go on my Swiss Spectral Tiger and I'm like, yeah, check out this mount. This is my, like, you know, prized possession on this.
Like
thing.
I said,
same shit.
You know, I don't think you get it. It's a how people do things. It just comes down to this is my opinion, by the way. Don't this as a fact or to say I'm dumb for it. It's an opinion. Is
you're good.
How, as people, as humans, do we do things? How do we consume art? I don't think there's anybody does that. We're saying like I'm gonna pull a binder and show you all my owned NFTs or whatever. Like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like something that I would do.
Because it's really new, bro. Like, the same thing that's happening right now is what was happening in like 2014, 2015 with Bitcoin. No one understood Bitcoin, myself included. That was when I was still learning about it. But like, no one understood it. Everyone thought like this is super foreign. I mean, it's the same thing with the internet. Like, you look at like interviews with people talking about the internet when the internet was first becoming a thing, and they're like, what is this internet thing? You know, like, you see the videos about it where people are just completely clueless. Why do I need an email? I have an assistant that can just go send the letter out in the mail for me, right? Like, that's how they literally were thinking back then. But the internet completely revolutionized the way the world works, and now the internet's an amazing, beautiful thing, right? Like, for so many different reasons. The same thing can be said for crypto and Bitcoin. In 2013, Bitcoin was confusing. No one understood it. You fast forward 10 years nearly, and now, okay, Bitcoin makes sense, but now NFTs are like confusing. DeFi is confusing. It doesn't make sense. It takes quite a bit to be able to like fully grasp it and wrap your head around it. And even then, you still are only looking at the fact that like
okay. No. As much as I understand that, okay, listen. But how does that person use or interact with that Bitcoin? They trade it, they sell it, they get real life money out of it. It's how they do it, right?
Yeah, and you can do the same thing with an NFT.
Right now, I feel like an NFT, you're selling them on an ideal or things will be done this way or whatever. Because by now, I mean, except for posting on Twitter and putting it as your profile picture of, oh yo, look man, that's my new monkey. I mean, I just don't see it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think that the world is just transitioning into more digital, and I think that the younger generation is going to see more uses for it. And I think that the fact that there is so much money in it, the fact that the market cap of the crypto space and NFTs and all of it is so high, it's like that for a reason. Because people enjoy it. Just because you don't doesn't mean that other people do. So like, for example, two people that are really into crypto are really excited when they get to show their friend the monkey with the green eyes. You're not, because you're not in that space. You don't have any passion for it or anything like that. But it doesn't mean that other people in the world don't.
So right now, then we're getting literally tens of thousands of projects that in them have tens of thousands of monkeys. You honestly think that you honestly think that right now? Oh, I'm gonna sell my house to buy 8 monkeys. I mean, yo, when I'm older in 20 years, this guy's gonna come to my house and be like, dude, do you really have the purple hat red monkey? No fucking shot you got that. You're so fucking sick. no shot.
The same thing can be said about
That is not
Bitcoin,
gonna
dude.
happen.
The same thing can be said.
But
Imagine, bro, think about this for a second. Imagine
but if
in
you
2013.
wanted to, you could sell it
Imagine in
now
2013.
for money.
Okay, and you could do the same
If
thing
nobody
then as
wants
well.
your monkey, what does your monkey do?
Imagine you could sell it for money. If no one wants it, then it's not worth anything, correct? In 2013, though, someone could have said the exact same thing about Bitcoin. They could have said, like, what are you gonna do? In 10 years, you're gonna give me this Bitcoin? Who cares about that? Who cares about the 20 Bitcoin that you have? That's who cares? It's only $20. That's junk. Why would I want that?
Okay.
And you fast forward a decade, and now it's worth like over $1 million. Okay. The same thing can be said for NFTs.
If you sold the same dream with another coin, and most of it lost their house, that's the same thing here, dude. There isn't a Bitcoin of NFTs now. Well, what is that? What is that big crazy thing everybody's? No, what are you on about? People are losing shit. Like man, this fucking guy in my game, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I understand people are losing money, and that's the fact that there's no Bitcoin of NFTs right now is the reason why it's so like fascinating to a lot of people, because in the future there is going to be a Bitcoin of right now, but people are just slowly learning and wrapping their head around it.
Okay, fair enough then. It doesn't have to be smart. It just give me an idea. Brainstorm with me. How do you think people will consume arts in a way that makes NFT pop off in the real world? Let's say, in terms of the same way people collect arts right now.
Okay, so.
Go ahead, tell me.
Okay.
So when if I have cards, I can say, yo, dude, I got these sick ass cards, but I actually I have a Dark Charizard and Dark Chameleon. I have a bunch, and they're kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't really care about them.
You realize that a lot of people think that's completely stupid, though. Like people that are older than us.
Oh, they're right. I think it's stupid, and I have them. That's how stupid I think it is, right?
Yeah.
But that's how I would do it. How do you, in the future, as somebody who collected the monkeys, how do you think that's gonna work? Because as far as I'm concerned, there isn't a new type of digital monster or physical monster that appears every day that sells hundreds of thousands of cards that everybody can buy, and new product. There isn't gazillion of cards. There just isn't.
There are a ton of cards, actually, especially in like the sports card section of like trading cards. Something I was gonna say too is that there's like a transition happening right now.
Let's
like,
be honest.
remember I told you
There is
Panini
more,
is like the biggest company?
There's more NFT projects created every day, right? That there has been combined different cards lifetime, right?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, I would agree. There are a lot of different trading cards, but yeah. What I was gonna say though is that Panini, the company that creates trading cards, like that creates all the different sports cards, basketball, football, I don't know, like all of them. Panini's been actually kind of like transitioning into the blockchain technology themselves. So now you're able to buy trading cards from Panini that are actually, they give you the physical card, and they also give you the card on the blockchain as well. So you have that same card and you have it on the blockchain, which is like really cool. Because now that's a way to show people like, hey, the card that I have is pretty much authentic because I have the blockchain version of it right here that I also got from Panini. And I don't know, like that's a real world use case.
That the one with the other is kind of cool. I just don't think I'll own anything that I want to buy right now. Then I'll be like, yep, this is an investment, and later on I'll be able to say, yo, dude, my flat on my TV, this shit, that's dank, man. Look, it's real. I don't know.
A lot of people buy artwork for the investment aspect as well, not just like in the NFT space, but like actual physical artwork.
Rich people, wealthy people.
Yeah, rich people. It doesn't have to be rich people.
Joe Blow Andy, and that's the targets of NFTs now. It's your everybody Andy who's being sold on a dream. And I don't agree with it.
Okay, I see what you're saying, yeah. I just think that, like, the stupid people that want to invest in something without doing any research whatsoever, if they get burned, it's just, like, kind of like a, I guess, natural selection, kind of like a financial natural selection. Okay. Like, if people are going to be stupid and they're not going to do research and invest in whatever the hell they see anytime they see it, when they see a Twitter account with 9 followers getting shilled by Andy Milonakis, and they spend $1,000 on it, their entire week working at McDonald's, then they get burned for it.
I guess the rich get richer, and people get poor, and Pac-Man, let's propel the fuck out of it, and tell people that's the greatest technology on Earth, and people that sell their house to buy it. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it at all.
People that are doing all that deserve to lose. Like,
wow, that's a statement and a half.
I mean, it's just true. Like, if people are going to be...
The people at the forefront of these NFT things are manipulating people, and you're saying that the people that trust them deserve it? I don't agree with it at all, though.
No, I'm saying that if people are going to refinance or sell their house and their kids and their car and everything and put it all into an NFT project, and then it ends up not being worth anything years down the road, I think that they got what they deserved. Like, if you're going to be stupid like that, and there's also a chance that it's going to be worth a lot more money, okay? So there's also that side of it. That's the reason that they're doing it in the first place. But anyone that's actually going that route is an idiot. Like, anybody that's doing that is an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, we don't always have to go to the extreme and say sell the house, sell the kids. It can still be a valuable amount of money that people lost based on the trust they have for people that are being that are manipulating them. And I think it's not a fraction or a minority. I think right now with the sphere, it's the majority of it. That's the problem.
Yeah, I agree in the NFT space right now that it is the majority. And I think that it's the same thing as crypto altcoins being formed in 2017. The majority of them were scams. You look at people like McAfee or whatever his name was, you know, John McAfee or whatever, like he was getting tattoos of altcoins on his arm and shit like that, just completely pumping and dumping them. Completely taking advantage of people. The exact same thing. But now there's projects that are actually valuable. There's projects that are actually insanely good. And when I told you before that I think NFTs are the least useful form of cryptocurrency, I said that for a reason. I think that NFTs are like, they're my least interested aspect of crypto, but I can still see why there's value behind them. I can still see why there's trillions of dollars invested into them.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that being said, there's other aspects of crypto that are like insanely good. The reason why Mark Cuban is like so ecstatic about it, the reason he compares it to the early days of the internet, because of things like
if I invested some money that I didn't give a shit about into something, and the fact that more people went inside of it would give me more money, that would get me so excited. I'd get a fucking boner. I would go to the doctor for an everlasting boner. Yep, that would be a rock solid. That'd be an insta jizzer. Of course, because...
An instant jizzer?
Yeah, because... think about it. Because I put money I don't give a shit about into something, right? And I say, yo guys, this is dank. Everybody buys it. What can possibly go wrong? Literally nothing. That would make me go bull as well.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, I guess, yeah, I don't know, bro. Like, I guess... You're just extremely against it.
I'm not against it.
I don't know.
Like I said, it'll be good. It'll be good 100% when things course correct. I don't agree with this joint applications. It's why I'm not being part of it. And if I was, I'd be secretive about it, and I wouldn't tell my chat or social media about my NFTs.
Okay, what about this, bro? Look at the entire way that the financial system in real life works. Okay, I mean, look at how expensive rent is. Right? Like where I live, a one-bedroom apartment is like $1,600.
In real life, I'm pretty sure if you do financial advice like people are doing, I'm pretty sure in real life with normal currency, you go to jail.
Okay, so yeah, I think I know what you're saying. It's like financial advice or whatever. You're not allowed to give it unless you have like a certain license, whatnot. Right? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, I'm just saying the way things are being fun and dumped. Yeah, that in the real world with normal stocks and all the things, yeah, that is absolutely illegal. You go to jail, 100%.
Okay, yes, I agree, and that's why I said before that everyone that's in the crypto space that's passionate about it doesn't care about regulation.
Yeah, but people that claim that they're passionate about it only passionate about it because of what they get out of it. But they don't give a shit about it. What is the percentage of people do you think that are very passionate about NFT right now? Once regulations kick in and they can't do what they're doing right now, how many of them will remain in the sphere so passionate about it? Dude, it's... Come on. Let's... A fraction of a fraction.
I guess, yeah. I just feel like the same arguments that you're making could be used towards artwork and like actual physical artwork in like music as well. Like
Where
the only
where
people that benefit from anything are people that are like extremely wealthy, the ones that are at the top of the top. And I think that the crypto space as a
without
whole,
exploiting the poor or the less fortunate or the people that are in trust. So yeah, it only benefits the rich without hurting the poor. But this is the opposite. This is cannibalistic instead of opportunistic. You understand it?
see, that's where I disagree though. I think that it is opportunistic. I think
That
the
is
fact that like,
cannibalistic.
bro, look, the fact that if you grow up in like a relatively poor family, like lower class, the probability of you actually making it in life, actually like you know, doing anything successful is like really, really low. Like realistically, you have to work a 9-to-5 job. You have to work 2 9-to-5 jobs just to barely get by right now. Okay, like pretty much everyone can agree about that. And the fact that the crypto space is an area where if you're, like I said before multiple times, if you're logical about your decision making, you're able to make money from it. Okay, like you're able to actually profit from it if you're smart about it. Like that's cool, because I grew up exactly like that, bro. Like, you know, I didn't get very many Christmas presents. My family didn't have very much money, and now I'm comfortable. Like I'm extremely comfortable, and it's because of my hard work, and it's because of crypto, literally. Like that's the reason, and because of video games. Like,
No, wait. I understand 100%. What I'm telling you though. Okay, no, we're going in circles. We're going in circles. I think you understand I think you understand my arguments. I'm not
Yeah, I do.
comfortable promoting it and agreeing with it in its current state. It'll level out. I don't agree with it right now. The fact that
But do
you
you think
get out
it's
of
cool?
it is great, but the technology is great. It's usually just shady right now, and I don't want to enjoy it. And I think people
Let me ask
should
you
be
a couple
careful.
questions real fast though. So do you think it's cool that a musician is able to sell their music without having to go through like a producer or a label, and they can get all the profit for themselves? You think that's a beneficial thing?
Yes, they should, but often enough they need the labels. They need the record labels and shit.
But that's the thing though, is they won't need it when it comes to the blockchain. They're
What?
able to do everything for themselves.
Then they're gonna fall flat on their face and die then.
Not necessarily. The platform, the blockchain
Wait,
technology is a platform for them to
do you
advertise.
understand the uses and what record labels do for people? They're not like
they
some
advertise.
useless fucking thing you have to route through. Like people sign these deals because they kind of have to or because they want to. It's what you do to survive or get by. Like it's a medium that's kind of like needed.
Yeah, it's an example of a centralized party that's giving you what you need, like the same thing as like the banking system.
Yeah, but
right?
if you
like,
went, if you didn't go through them or whatever, how are you gonna fund your next projects or whatever when you're a starving artist? How are you getting your
that's
funding?
my point. That's my point. Is that there's going to be crypto spaces where that is going to be happening, like behind the scenes, because of the way that crypto works, because of the blockchain technology. The same way that like right now, if you want to send money to someone that lives in the United States, it's a pain in the ass.
Do you understand what you were saying? Wait, you went off the rails with this one.
No, I'm not off the rails.
Okay. Okay, the way I understand it, record labels are good because when you're an artist and even when you're not up and coming and you sign with them, they'll fund your like studio time, projects, music videos, and they're gonna juice your thing out for you to sell your product and propel it for it to reach success, right? And then
Yes.
and then you owe them money, right? Right?
Correct.
Okay. And if you don't have that, you kind of fail, but you still need to go through the record label, whether it's NFT or not. It would still be a record label.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So you miss out on like that aspect of it when it comes to like if you're only selling your artwork or your music like yourself on blockchain, you are lacking like that advertisement and stuff like that. But it's just
No,
cool
no, no,
though,
you don't
the
lack,
fact that
you
like
die.
you can take away. I mean, not necessarily. Like there's the people that made these monkeys with the green eyes, you know, they have value, you know.
They
didn't
were
have value
propelled
before,
by
now they
big
do.
influencers, which are record labels in one way or another. It's a good comparison.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, like the Andy Milonakis is almost like the record label because he's advertising it for the money, right? That's what you're saying, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it's a product that would never be seen or we won't be able to fly, but it's propeller. The regular level is a propeller. The influencer is a propeller. That's how it works. Product.
Yeah, but once you're propelled, once you're flying in the air, then you have the freedom to do whatever you want. Right? That's where
yeah,
blockchain...
but you still owe them money. The problem is still there.
Yeah, until the contract is done, and then you're able to go off and do whatever you want, right?
Yeah, I don't think NFT solves that problem.
I think that blockchain does, and
if you
NFTs
signed your
literally
documents
using
properly, I don't think there's much of a problem.
I mean, I guess you're gonna have to be constantly re-signing with them, and then, you know, staying with the label and giving them a huge percentage of your money. I don't know. I've just seen a lot of musicians complain, and a lot of artists complain.